Also another Andy B 2-minute video with me sitting in my car, making a habit of this now. And I've had a few inspirations, so I thought I'd get them down on camera. We live in a house and the sun comes into our bedroom in the morning, and Joe and I don't do well with light. We do well with blackout curtains. Our last home, it was pitch black unless you literally open the curtains in the morning, because we made it really, really dark, and it was great. It was in a rural location, no street lights, so it was dark anyway, but we managed to make it even darker. Our current house, it faces the sun, and there's some buildings across the way with some big bright lights, and although we've got curtains up, it hasn't really functioned very well for us. We're quite tired because our sleep isn't as good as it used to be, and so we've been trying to get a blackout curtain. So being the resourceful chap I am, I thought, well, I'll buy some second-hand blackout curtains that we can put up, and we'll use those. And that didn't go down because I couldn't find any. There seems to be a shortage in the UK of blackout curtains. Who knew? So I'm here today, sitting outside a shop, ready to go and buy a set of blackout curtains, because after the best part of 2 months since moving in, I can't find a second-hand set. But what got me thinking this morning was I made a blackout blind. So it's a piece of cardboard. I stuck it together. I've got pieces of paper on, so it's a bit less ugly. And it's on the window. And I've used some little sticky Velcro pad things that come off the windows. They won't leave a mark. So that'll be clean when we've finished. But what is very apparent is my temporary fix is now looking very temporary. The paper's starting to shred. It's warping because it's getting a bit damp and it's getting a bit worn in the sun and at the first thing in the morning. So it's not looking pretty anymore. And quite often in life, we do things that are temporary, don't we, that can last. Famously, the Eiffel Tower. It was supposed to be for a very tiny little season of time because it was for an engineering thing. Exhibition, and yet the Eiffel Tower is still there. And there are things that are temporary that really are not. There was some bridges put in, I'm sure it was Birmingham in the UK, and these temporary bridges put up after the Second World War that lasted something like 40 years when they should have been there for maybe a month or two. And sometimes these temporary things become permanent fixtures. But we have to be careful, don't we, that when something becomes permanent, it's going to look worn if it wasn't fit for purpose at the start. So let's be careful that we're not putting things in place temporarily. Maybe in your relationship with God, I'll just do this for now. Let's keep reviewing these things and making sure that things are okay. That bridge and that Eiffel Tower, they get checked. They're safe to keep going. Even though they weren't meant to, they can. Let's make sure that the temporary things in our relationship with God, that we're reviewing them. If they become permanent, let's make sure they're righteously permanent. Just a thought.